Hello everyone, and thank you for taking the time to be here today. My name is Gwen, and I represent a group called Seniors Serving Seniors. The United Way of Greater Victoria generously funds an education program, and we teach volunteers how to assist frail seniors who are coming home from a hospital stay. Today, I'd like to tell you about one of our clients. His name is George. George had a long career with the federal government. When he retired, he became a world citizen, and he traveled and explored throughout Europe and Asia for over 20 years. At the age of 85, he decided it was time to return to Canada. He arrived in Victoria with very few possessions, not much income, and no social connections here. Shortly after he arrived, he became ill, and he was admitted to hospital with significant medical health issues. He was diagnosed with end-stage kidney failure, and that meant for George that his future was totally dependent on dialysis. He did go home eventually from hospital, but a very broken man. Physically and psychologically deconditioned, George had lost all confidence. He was quite depressed, actually. Physically, he had great difficulty walking. He was unable to shop for food, prepare meals, look after his apartment. Even bathing and dressing were a huge challenge for George. Our volunteers joined a team of healthcare professionals who provided care, and the volunteers actually became George's family. They assisted him to obtain medical equipment from the Red Cross. They drove him to his dialysis treatments. They set up a meal delivery service for him, and the volunteers assisted to help him purchase eyeglasses and a computer system. And once that computer was set up, the volunteers helped him to apply for a rental grant, pension benefits, health benefits, and other financial supports. The volunteers visited regularly, and in that way, they kept him socially connected and prevented social isolation and loneliness. Now, it was about 4 weeks after we started working with George that a virus called COVID-19 descended upon us all. The restrictions resulting from that virus impacted all our lives. Seniors were identified as a group most at risk for a fatal outcome as a result of the virus. So the public health officials directed seniors to stay home in order to stay safe. That benign-sounding request essentially guaranteed social isolation and loneliness for many, many seniors in our community. George was one of these. So at that time, our agency scrambled to look at modifying our service delivery. We needed to find a way to keep everyone safe, but continue to offer services. The United Way offered us an emergency funding grant, for which we're hugely grateful. Those unexpected funds allowed us to welcome many helpers into the family of volunteers. With those funds, we were able to purchase PPE for all the new helpers and the existing volunteers. Our group managed to keep seniors socially connected by changing visits to phone calls. We called clients regularly during the week to help reduce loneliness and isolation. The volunteers also were able to shop for food and pharmacy essentials and keep those items flowing. I know we made a huge difference in many seniors' lives. Now I'm happy to report that George has endured. He's doing well, and he is now able to go and shop for his own groceries. He's managing all his own care, and he's confidently setting up rides with HandyDart to get to his dialysis. I know that our volunteers made a huge impact in turning George's life around. So today I'm here to invite you to support the United Way. George is just one of many people who benefited from the network of United Way funded programs. You should know that behind every changed life is someone who made it happen. So allow me to thank you in advance for helping to change lives.